All right. Black Power, y'all. It's the General Cyrus Setting, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. We black in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because we dealing with a lot of, fabrications today. And so, the General got, I don't play no games. I come with that goddamn sword. And when I'm done, you know what I do. You know what I'm saying? I do it better than any motherfucker on the planet. You understand what I'm saying? And so you might as well go on and come to the General and get that shit like you're supposed to. I don't play no games. I know what the facts is. I don't have to fabricate nothing. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you that these peoples are not the original to Southern Asia, I backs it up, and then I'll go to the grave with the truth. You understand what I'm saying? You niggas can fabricate and live a lie and live a fantasy life all you want to. GeneralSeti.com, SETI University. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, I got over 400 videos on the site. It's going up every day. You should get on over there. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifetime worth of information, over 60 different subjects. You understand what I'm saying? With some of the deepest goddamn research you ever gonna see in your lifetime. You can go and play games with yourself if you feel like it, but when you're ready to step up to that level where you're dealing with that high power information back, you're going to know it's the truth. You're going to do the research. You're going to come back and you're going to say, God damn, this nigga showed me the way. So going over there, GeneralSeti.com, SETI University, join today. Patreon, General Cyrus Seti, again, exclusive information. You know what I'm saying? That you only gonna get on Patreon. I got live streams that's exclusive only to Patreon. If you're on Patreon, you get a chance to see those live streams. You won't see them anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? The information that come up on my Patreon is exclusive just to Patreon. So I got over 100 videos over there that's never been seen on YouTube or any other my platform. Even though GeneralSeti.com is probably my mega website, you know what I'm saying, with the majority of my information from down through the years up until today, but what you see on Patreon, you're not going to see even on GeneralSeti.com. So goddamn it, you need to be on both of them. And KingSeti.com, you understand what I'm saying, where you can get them fly products. I got shirts, I got hoodies, I got DVDs, you understand? The original. I don't want y'all niggas to be downloading no goddamn trash off the internet. The original. So when you put that motherfucker from the General, you understand what I'm saying? Crystal clear when you put that motherfucker in. I don't want y'all niggas to be putting them blurry ass, be original, you know what I'm saying? So when you want, and many of the, the lectures you're not going to see on YouTube, they not there. You know what I'm saying? And so when you want that original General Cyrus Seti DVDs, I got African jewelry, I got Kemetic jewelry, we got art, you know what I'm saying, on the site. So go on over there and check it out. Now, today we dealing with the Orientals and the East Indians not being genetic proof. Genetic proof. God damn it, and you don't like it, then pack up and go on and do what you do. You understand? But it's not going to change the facts. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Let me go and bring this on now. Oh, damn. Let me see. Okay, let me add that. Let me go on and add that up there. I tried to do, the little 30-minute, that ain't me. I can't do no goddamn 30 minutes. I can't, some motherfuckers, that's all they got is 30, and, where they stretch and shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was going to do 30 minutes, No, I just have to do what I do. I can't do no goddamn 30 minutes. My mind too big for 30 goddamn minutes. Nah. But I will be moving because I do got the video on General Seti YouTube page. 100% proof that the Muslims worship the sun god of ancient Egypt. Got it. Full proof. I want y'all to be over there right after this, as I break they back, even though, they're going to cry and say, hum did he lie? Oh, excuse me, hum did he lie? Assalamu alaikum. Excuse me, assalamu alaikum. You understand what I'm saying? Knowing goddamn well, all of that shit is fabricated from the Catholics, which they fabricated from ancient Egypt. Okay, now let's deal with something. Right here, I'm gonna come straight here. Let me come on out of here, y'all. We're going into the teaching. We're going straight on into the teaching. Now, let me go on and zoom in. Now, what you're looking at down is one of the Africans that's in southern India that predate what you call the East Indian that's the imposter that's sitting right there, the third from the left. You understand what I'm saying? That most people go when you say Indian, that's what people go and and I don't even want to use the term. I don't want to say blacks are we ain't the original shit. We the original African. We're not the original. We always talking about that, but Africans are the original Indian. Fuck that. That's just giving power to a fake term. You know what I'm saying? We're not giving no power to no the Africans are the original Arab. No, goddamn it, that's the African is the original African. We're not no original Arabs and nothing or none of that. That's only sideline empowering the fabricated goddamn information. So what you're looking at right there is the what we call the little twat of Asia that came from all over Africa, and we see that the little twat populated Africa, populated Europe. This is where you get what you call the leprechaun. This is where you get what you call the Venuses that you see all over Europe. The little African woolly head fertility dolls. These are the women of the Twa, the little short Twa. They pregnant with full breasts to show that they're pregnant. This is fertility. This is procreation. This is life. And so this is what our people worship. We worship procreation. We worship eternal life. You know what I'm saying? And no greater symbol than the African woman, the pregnant African woman. And so this is where you see, even when you look at Isis and Heru, which was the greatest and most sacred symbol of all ancient Egypt. It was the Holy Mother and Child. You see what I'm saying? And that shows that the nation is vibrant, that the nation is alive, that the continuation of eternal life is continuing. That's the only way that a nation will ever continue is through the procreation of children. You understand what I'm saying? That come from the holy woman and the holy man of Africa. You see what I'm saying? And so you see these Twa, that most people, you never see the Africans of Asia. Just like when you see going to China, it's the same goddamn way. These were the original people. And I'm not going to say indigenous, but the original. These are the first peoples that populated the land. Even though we migrated out of Africa, wasn't nobody in Asia. You know what I'm saying? Before we got there. Now, where these people come from, I don't goddamn know. You understand what I'm saying? And don't give a goddamn. They need to go back. But what we do know and can document is that we were in the land hundreds of thousands of years before they even reared their head. And we can document when they came into the land, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, is right around, the particular same time that they come into what we call the Middle East, which is nothing but Northeast Africa, into many areas even of Europe, where they not even indigenous to Europe. I done already said that. When you go into Europe, majority of Europeans, these is the highest skin cancer rates on the whole goddamn planet. You know what I'm saying? So if they was originally from Europe, then why are they getting all that goddamn skin cancer in Europe? Okay, that just let you know that ain't even the indigenous land or original land of the European or what we call Europe. Okay, so right here you see the original Twa. These are the little short Africans that was all through Southern Asia, in Tasmania, which I'm gonna show. In Tasmania, which I'm gonna show. Australia, and so on and so forth. Now, what does it say about these people? What does it say about these little short Africans that a lot of people don't even know existed in in Asia, in India. Let me come out a little bit. I zoomed in too much. Now, what it said, now, these little twa in India are called the Bo. Okay, and this is BBC, British Broadcasting Broadcasting Network, or whatever the C stands for. Okay, news. Okay, British Broadcasting Company is what it is. And it says the last speaker of an ancient language in India's Andaman Island. So this is in the Andaman Islands, and a lot of people got to understand. I can come right here, and the Andaman Islands is right here. If you see where my arrow is, right there in the light green. So that's past India. Okay, so that's past India, to let you know that. And it's in the middle of the Bengal Sea. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, which we know today as the Bengal Sea. So, you know, that means if they're in the middle of the sea, that they had to have seafaring ships. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to get from India and other areas of the mainland to these islands out in what we call the Bengal Sea and other seas around here. You know what I'm saying? What we call the South Pacific and so on, going up into Japan. So we have to understand that these were not no little, you know, they try to say primitive people that didn't have major technology. They had major technology, and they were able to sail on what we call today the Indian Ocean, which really is the Kushite Naga Ocean. And you know what I'm saying? And all these other renamed areas, you know, oceanic areas, which today we call the Bengal Sea. And so right here, these little Africans, and you can see they woolly head. You can see right there, woolly head Africans. Okay, now what does it say? It says the last speaker of an ancient language in India's Andaman Islands has died at the age of about 85. A leading linguist told the BBC. The death of the woman, Boa Senior, was highly significant because of what? One of the world's oldest language, Bo, had come to an end, Professor Amvidi Abbey said. She said that India had lost an irreplaceable part of its heritage. Languages in the Andamans are thought to originate from Africa. Okay, here we go. You know what I'm saying? This is not no why. So, you know, here, this is the BBC. This is the British. And then here it is, you know, this is the Professor Amvidi Abbey. That's her right there. That's her right there. So they know that. And it says languages in the Andamans are thought to originate from Africa. So they know what it's about. They know what it's about. They're not confused about it. Some of them try to play that, that they more ancient than Africa, but that's not true. It ain't even coming close. How you gonna be more ancient than Africa, and you ain't even more ancient than the colonists that migrated into damn Asia? You ain't even older than them, and they migrated up out of Africa. Them there's 70. They look at this. Some may be up to 70,000 years old. You see what I'm saying? And that really throws, all that evolution shit into the garbage, because they come into the land 70,000 years ago as Africans. That just lets you know how long has African people been on this planet. So all that talking about, 200,000, that's garbage. You know what I'm saying? That's garbage. So it says, again, the islands are called an anthropologist's dream and are one of the most linguistically diverse areas of the world. Listen to this. It generally believed that all Andamanese languages might be the last representative of those languages which go back to pre-Neolithic times. So when I say that, that the what we call the Oriental and the East Indian, they have no cultural relics that go back even goddamn 3,000. Man, listen here. When you talk about that shit they talking, what's that? Them Montu no, what's that other Monho Mahenjo Dinero and all that? You still only talking about 3,000 BC, 4,000. Bitch, I give you 5,000 BC. God damn it, they say these people damn near 70,000 years ago. So why is we looking to some shit like that? That's when, y'all motherfuckers come on the scene, but it has nothing to do with the African presence. You know what I'm saying? So what you looking at right here on this particular, let me bring it up. How we looking? Let me blow this up a little bit. See, let me zoom in. Oh, my bad. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. How we looking on that? Okay. Now what you looking at here, you looking at areas, living populations with possible negritoid affiliations. Now, when you come into, Asia, what they call the negrito is really the little short twa. Okay, they say negrito. Okay, that's the little twa. You know what I'm saying? All across Asia. You see what I'm saying? So they showing you all through Thailand, Burma, Indonesia, Philippines. You know what I'm saying? All through Papua New Guinea, all down here near Tasmania. You understand what I'm saying? So they letting you know they came from Africa. So that just let you know these were the original populations from Africa all through Southern Asia. From if you see them this deep, that far east, you already know areas over there near Iran, Iraq. You know what I'm saying? All through that area was also full of what we call the little Twa African and the larger African, but the Twa and what we call the Khoisan peoples of South Africa have the oldest records on the planet. That's just facts. And so a lot of people say, oh, when you see somebody got slant eyes, they say, oh, man, you got eyes like a Chinese. What kind of shit? Nigga, we got slant eyes in Africa, got them there 1,000,000 years before any Chinese was even known on the planet. These is facts. These is facts. So, we just want to be another motherfucker because we have no identity of self and we just have to come up with it. We just have to do some research and find those that speak in the truth so we can come up out of the state of ignorance that we in. So you see right here, the Adamine Islands, this is where the sister came from. You know what I'm saying? Right here, the Adamine Islands, you see it's all over there in the Philippines. That's why when many times you watch the movies, even when you watch the movie Dead Presidents, you know what I'm saying? When they was over in Vietnam and they got they gave the brothers, they gave them notes like black man go back home. You know what I'm saying? Who was in that? What's the brother? Chris Tucker was in there, and the other brother that played in Menace to Society was in it. But I heard a lot of my uncles and stepfather was telling me they was getting them notes, go back home, black man, because they knew that they was fighting their own kind. You know what I'm saying? Many of them was shook up mentally when they went over there because they knew that they had saw their own people. But they, nobody ever told them that, they would see, their own people over there. Only thing you gonna see is the what you call the East Indian and what you call the Oriental who just got there. You know what I'm saying? They no different than the Caucasoid. They just got there in the last 2,000 years. You know what I'm saying? They all come down up out of Russia around the same guy. The Mongoloid is a savage. Okay, when you talking about the Chinese, they nothing but the Mongoloid, Genghis Khan, what's his name? Kubla Khan and all the rest savages. You understand what disease infected savages that brought Black Death all across the Asian continent to the ends of Europe. Okay, so you see right here, this is a much, even larger. Let me get that off of there. Let me get that off of there. Y'all already know General Seti .com. So you see right there, Malaysia. You see what I'm saying? You see Malaysia. You also see Southern China. You see that. Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. So that proof. We're not here to play no game. That's proof. You understand what I'm saying? That we are the original. You understand what I'm saying? And so, again, you have to get my old Mac when you deal with my old Macs, because I'm going to show you. They didn't just stop right here at the what we call the Papua New Guinea, Australia. They kept going east till they got to the other side of what we call today South America. Yes, the Olmecs came from they came from the east coast of Africa. They landed in today what we call Mexico, but we got to also understand that Africans came from both sides. They came from the east, they sailed to the east coast and the west coast. So they came from the other side also, which we call Peru. And this is where you get all that, what you see on Easter Island. That's what you see also in Machu Picchu and all those areas. See, they're going to say that's the Inca. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the Inca. Just like they say it's the Mayan. No, it ain't the Mayan. That's the Olmec. That's the African. Everything that you see over there, a megalithic structure, the African put it there. And what you call the Indian, the Inca, the Mayan, they came upon the land and it was deserted. They had nothing to do with the establishment of any of that. So when you talk about the Tasmanian genocide, you see them Tasmanian, they woolly head. Now, many of the Australians today, they have a much looser curl. You know what I'm saying? Because the white man, of course, didn't rape many of the women and rape many of the people. So over the course of the years that they've been raping, of course, they got a much looser curl in their hair. Many of them do. You understand what I'm saying? But when you look at them when they first get over there, you see that they are woolly head. You know what I'm saying? You see that the Tasmanian was also short. You see that, sister? And it looked like she could be right down in Georgia, some goddamn way. You know how people look. She looked like, and the brother looked like he could be right over here. And, in Africa, he could be. Let me come out of that a little bit. So when we talk about what's over there today, you know what I'm saying? And we dealing with the corona and all of that. You know what I'm saying? This is the after effect. Let me come out of that so you can see the brother. See the brother, woolly hair. You see the curls is short, crisp curls. You know what I'm saying? That brother and that sister full-blooded. You know what I'm saying? This was long. Man, look, man, that sister looked like she could be riding out in Georgia, Mississippi somewhere. And she over there in Tasmania. That's 100. You know what I'm saying? And so this is Ptah. These is the founders of ancient Egypt. When you look at Ptah and you look at Bess, you see these. When you talk about Egypt, and you see, let me see if I got it on there, Egypt, and you see PT at the end, EGYPT. All you had to do was add the AH, Egypt Ptah. And so they already knew that Ptah was a Twa, and Imhotep very well could have been a Twa, because he was deified into the Trinity with Imhotep and Sekhmet. So he was in the Trinity, Ptah, Imhotep, and Sekhmet. And so the fact that he was inserted into the Trinity with Ptah, knowing that he was a Twa, Imhotep very well may have been a Twa himself. You know what I'm saying? And Ptah was known as the architect of the universe. That already show you that the Twa were also very instrumental in architecture, in many of the great works of ancient Egypt. So they wasn't just no sideline. a part of the culture. They were instrumental in the foundation. So you see them in in the Congo today, around the Great Lakes region of Africa. These are the Twa that's in the Congo, and then I just showed you the Twa right here in Tasmania. So our people was all over the planet. These are the these is what you call the Koru Poke Guru. Okay, now these were the Twa of Japan. Now they basically have been just folklore up until this point. They don't want you to come out and know that even on the island of Japan, they had the same Twa that you see all through in India, in Tasmania, and all through the other areas. I'm gonna come back up so you can see it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they stopped right here. That's bullshit. It also went up into Japan and so on and so forth. This is a pic, and so they're gonna put that right there to make it was much higher. You know what I'm saying? It encompassed all of Southern Asia. You understand what I'm saying? And so if they were up in Japan, you already know they were probably in areas of what today we call Mongolia and even Russia. You know what I'm saying? Even Russia, they was up that far north to many instances. So there is record in the Japanese folklore of and this is right here is what you call a Koro Poke Guru. And they just show them to be like little, fairies, little leprechaun type people. You know what I'm saying? Now, what they say is that the Ainu and the Ainu are older than what you call the Oriental Japanese that's there today. You know what I'm saying? They try to say the Ainu look Caucasoid. I wouldn't give a fuck because I'm not claiming them no goddamn way. But they say the Ainu was there before the Japanese was on the island. But what they don't talk about is that the Ainu say that the Koru Poke Guru was there before they got there. See, don't nobody want to talk about that. And said that they was, I guess they got certain trees over there where that, the leaf, I guess the leaves are somewhat maybe 4 feet off the ground, and they say that these people was able to, walk up under these leaves of this particular tree, which means that they were really, really short. I don't believe they were no damn 4 feet. That's just like the leprechaun. These were the little Twa, and they went over there and wiped them out. You understand what I'm saying? But it's evidence that there's much Egyptian in the Japanese culture from the samurai, which I'm not going to get in that particular aspect today. You know what I'm saying? That's going down a different road. I just want to look at the genetic, aspect of it. So when you see here Bess with the tongue sticking out, see, this is the original culture that came with many of those Twa that was in Asia. So you see, again, this is in so-called India where they didn't made them, or they didn't remixed it, but you still see the lion beard. See, he got the lion beard right there. If I would show you, see the lion beard, many instances where they show Bess as a lion. You see the lion ears. So you see the lion mane on this one. And you see, that particular, what they call, it's a particular eyebrow, which they make the double M. You know what I'm saying? And you see this eye, with the eye raised up like in incitement, or you know what I'm saying, which also come out of Africa. You see the Maasai with that same eye. It's no mistake in that. There's no mistake in that at all. When you see the Maasai right there, it's the same eye that they doing. You also see the eyebrow. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take it. The lion is an indigenous African animal. You understand? The tiger is indigenous to Asia. Why is there so much reference of the lion in Asia like that? On particular, and really, the lion is technically extinct in Asia because it was never indigenous to Asia, no way. It was brought over there by the Africans. You know what I'm saying? And they're just no different than German Shepherds and Rottweilers, which come from Germany, were brought to America. You know what I'm saying? They're not indigenous to this landmass. So again, you see some of the, the African traditions that have been manipulated in Asian culture. Okay. Let me see. Let me go down some. Again, you see the Maasai, you see here this food. You understand what I'm saying? And they, the eyes, and they make, funny gestures with their eyes and whatnot. So you see here again an African tradition that has been carried on. You see the tongue. This is the Maori from New Zealand. We already know they're not indigenous to New Zealand. They're no different than the rest of them, what you call East Indians, the Oriental. And if you got straight hair, that just speak for what it is. You got one common origin. Africa don't have no straight hair. You see what I'm saying? You cannot find no straight hair tribe in Africa. So that kills that. You see what I'm saying? So they from one common source. So you see best, you see the serrations over the eyes, and you see it here. You see the tongue sticking out. This comes from Africa. This is in Papua New Guinea. So this is our brothers. You know what I'm saying? You can see. Now, how in the hell you think everybody, this is the brotherhood. This comes from the priesthood. This is what the priest brought over here. And you see it in India, and so you see the lion. Here you see the lion with his tongue sticking out. You know what I'm saying? So this is symbolic of the lion. And then you got this fool today, he don't know what the hell he's doing. He's so goddamn confused and full of goddamn dope and shit. He's just a damn clown. So we got to wake up today. We can't follow him. We cannot promote him. You know what I'm saying? We got to go back to the traditions of Africa. They don't even know, what the hell, the symbols even mean. You know what I'm saying? All they did is try to manipulate and put a very a simplistic understanding under it, which has no connection to the source of Africa. Again, you're looking at the deities of India, which are nothing but manipulations of the deities of Africa. So let me come on. So that's proof. That's proof. That's heavy. You know what I'm saying? I could get much deeper today, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's classroom work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stay on that because it's what. And so you can see even today what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This is the fall of our people. You know what I'm saying? When you see all of that was connected to Africa, you see the Indian Ocean. Let me show you this before I get off of here. Before I get off here, because I want to show this map. So when you see how the Twa, is original to all, to Africa, to Europe, you know what I'm saying? Meaning they was there before any of y'all. I don't want y'all they were there tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years before any of the people you see there today. Okay? This one is very, let me show you, and I'm going to run through this, and I want you to go on over there to General SETI YouTube page, because I got to get busy. I supposed to went on at 10 o'clock. I was trying to do this 30-minute shit, but, man, we can't do no 30 minutes. I had to at least do an hour on each of my video. You know what I'm saying? I got too much shit to say. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you see this is Africa top side up. This show you how old this is. It got blackpowercartel.com, African Glory. God damn, that's been over 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Close to it. About 13 years ago when I had them website, I could take them on off of it. They're coming back though. You know what I'm saying? But you see Africa top side up. Because why? Because humanity start, let me, and then I'm gonna be out real quick. Let me do this because after seeing that, this will make that much more heavier. You know what I'm saying? That'll make that much more heavier. Okay? And so you see, Africa topside of this is how humanity came down into the world. And when you look at all the civilizations, you see right there, Iraq and Iran. This is where you had the earliest so-called civilization of this part of the world, right now, Mesopotamia. You see what I'm saying? And you in Mesopotamia, what started in the south, which they call Sumer, right there on what you call the Persian Gulf, which really ain't the Persian Gulf, but the Kushite Gulf. You understand? Ain't no damn Persia, none of that. You talking about shit just 2,000 years ago. I just showed you where our people is in the hundreds of thousands a year. So even if you say, oh, Sumer or Mesopotamia started around 4, bitch, I could give you 4,000 years. Is that all you want? 5,000 years. Is that all you want? I can give you that. That's nothing to give you. You understand? So you see it start in the South. Even when you talk about Europe, you know what I'm saying? The earliest civilization of Europe is where? Crete, right down there on that island in the Mediterranean. It started, you can see that civilization is started right around the Great Lakes region, and it's coming down into Egypt. And then from Egypt, it goes into the islands first, and then it goes to mainland Europe. You see the Africans is selling down into these areas, coming. And so that's why you see even Sumer, or what you call Mesopotamia, its civilization started in the south. Then you got what they call the Indus civilization, started right here on the Indus River, right here. It's in the south. And that's why you can see majority of all the temples of stone or pyramids in what we call India is in the south. And then you talk about the Andaman Islands and all. This is the first African, this is the first African world on the continent, but this is the first Kushite empire. Don't even include Europe, because this right here was going on before Europe was even started. So what you talking about, China and Iran and Turkey, that shit is at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And so when y'all put it in perspective, all the South, the Southern Hemisphere, all of the area with what you call the tropical regions is at the top. Is at the top. That's why it's the hottest. You see what I'm saying? Because that which is closest to I don't want to hear nothing they talking about. The closest you are to the sun is the hottest it's gonna be. The closest your ass get to that goddamn flame on that goddamn stove, the hottest it gonna be. So if these areas that you see right here are the hottest, is because they closest to the sun. If your ass got ice and shit, that means you out of the view of the sun. You furthest from the sun. Okay, and so you talking about all this shit down here is cold and mountainous, that's the bottom. And that's where they come from. Okay, and so family, so I just want to show this particular one. I want to show this particular one. I want to show this particular one because it just, okay, where it's at. This one right here. So this will show you where the Twa, and they was all through Africa, but all of this is what you call the Indian Ocean or the Kushite Ocean. I'm just saying Indian because that's what you're going to see on the map today. Usually I come in and put the shit correct like it's supposed to be. Kushite Ocean. You would have seen that all this area, which I did show you, would have been under the sway of Africa originally. We talking about for hundreds of thousands of years before any other, the Oriental or the East Indian or any of that even come on the scene. They are product of the last, and if I can give you 3,000 BC. I give you that, even though you're not gonna even get that. I can give you 3, and it wouldn't mean a goddamn thing because we dealing with hundreds of thousands of years, close to millions of years in these areas, and that's fact. And you heard it from these people. They know that now, but they manipulating all of the damn information because we ain't taking our rightful place in explaining our own damn history. You know what I'm saying? So what you seeing over with the coronavirus, what you seeing today, that's the fall. You understand? You didn't see that kind of shit when we was, and that show you that's why we got to get our shit back. And we got to deal with these people, and we got to look them in their eye and deal. We can't, be a manipulative, fence riding ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that these people have violated on a major way and not call they ass on it. I'm calling you on it. If you're an Indian, I'm calling you on it. Y'all motherfuckers over there committing genocide on our people, committed genocide on our people. Bitch, you must pay the price for what you know different than the Caucasoid. In many instances, the Oriental, they committed genocide and committing genocide on our people over there right now. Committed genocide. They no different. God damn it, they was doing it before the Caucasoid, just like the Arab was doing a lot of damage to Africa before the European. The goddamn Asians and the Orientals and the East Indians was doing the same violent, genocidal, massacring of African people. You understand? Before the Europeans showed up, the Arab was selling Africans to the Chinese and East Indians. We got to deal with that. Selling them, okay? Selling them to the East Indian and Chinese. So when you talking about reparations and you talking about slavery, motherfuckers got to deal with that. But too many of you motherfuckers is assalamu fake them. You know what I'm saying? And hum did he lie? Hum did he lie or whatever the fuck you talking about? You too busy over there and doing that. And so I'm gonna get right on this Muslim shit. I'm going over the General SETI YouTube page. Please come on over there. Let me rock these niggas up out they sleep. You know what I'm saying? Let me rock them up on there out they sleep and give y'all some to go do some research on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Quit having conversations that don't amount to nothing. It's about global African supremacy. You know what I'm saying? It's about global Africa or nothing. You know, it ain't about, making friends where there are no friends. You understand what it ain't talking about, easing down the heat, turn up the heat. Don't turn down the heat, turn up the heat. Call these motherfuckers for their genocide on our culture and our people and what they owe us. And if they don't come up with it, which we know they ain't, we gonna take it out their ass. Okay? All right, family, this is the General. Get black with me over there. GeneralSETI.com, KingSETI.com, and General Sarah SETI Patreon, where you gonna get that unadulterated fire. Okay? Black Power.